everyone. Welcome back to Unsealed and Revealed. It's good to have you all here with us today. I'm Terry Smith, the host of the show, and with me, as always, way out west in the Sideshow studios is my partner in crime, Guy James Klender. Hey, how's it going there, Guy?
It's going great. It is great to see both of you and to start the week off with a great figure.
Yeah. It's by both of you. Obviously, he means our good loyal compatriot Paul Hernandez, who's hanging out there as usual in the Sideshow dungeon down below. Hey, down there, Paul. Uh,
Hello,
yeah.
everyone. Hi. Well, happy to be here, everyone. Just so you all know, if this is your first show, welcome to Unsealed and Revealed. We are live on YouTube, Twitch, Periscope, the Facebook group, Let Your Geek Side Show, and, of course, the Facebook page. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, because every time you do, Terry gets another prop to use in our posing segment later with live posing with Terry Smith. So,
Pew, pew.
or like and Terry always comes correct. So if you guys have any questions about the Coruscant Guard, let me know. I will ask these two wonderful gentlemen. Or if you guys have any compliments for these two beautiful gentlemen, let me know. I'll relay everything wherever you're watching.
I like compliments.
Yeah.
I don't get enough these days. I stay home alone too much. But we're really excited to unveil, unseal and reveal the Coruscant Guard Trooper that the guy has there on the table in front of him. I'm pretty excited about this one. As anybody who knows me knows, I am a huge, massive fan of clones. I've been collecting the clone troopers in 6 scale since more than a decade ago. So this being the latest hit to my wallet, in addition to my shelf, obviously sometime in the future, this is clearly one that's close to my heart. Right, Guy? You know all about that.
You and I are both definitely big Trooper fans. I definitely stick with the TKs and that series, but I know the clones are really yours, and so I knew that this was one you were excited about.
Thanks for letting me keep them, man.
I like what I like is the evolution of the troopers. That's something that we've really,
and it's something that continues beyond the Clone Wars into the Bad Batch, as we've seen recently in the last episode of the Bad Batch, when we saw the next generation, or the first generation of the TK troopers, and it was, in point of fact, this guy right here, which is the original concept design of the Stormtrooper by the esteemed Ralph McQuarrie, who's everybody's favorite Star Wars artist, I think.
I love that they're doing that. I've liked that in Mandalorian, in Clone Wars. Anytime when they kind of pull original reference and things like that, I those are the Easter eggs that I know that I'm looking for, particularly on like the second and third watching. And this one is one I know you're excited about.
Yeah, well, as I get excited about all clones, I do not discriminate.
Yeah.
I pretty much like all clones equally. Don't ask me to pick my favorite clone. It'll be like picking my favorite child, and that's not really... I mean, that's actually probably part of the reason I decided not to have kids, but who knows? That's probably too much information. Moving right along, just a little bit of housekeeping here. We wanted to let everybody out there in the webosphere know that we have not one, not two, but 3 episodes of Unsealed and Revealed for you this week. So if you're into that sort of thing, tune in same time, 10 o'clock in the morning, Pacific Standard Time tomorrow, to watch us as we bring you the exclusive first look at the Exo 6 Picard 6-scale figure. This is something that we've all been really gushing, everybody's been really gushing about, anticipating highly. So all Star Trek fans out there, or non-Star Trek fans, just fans of 6 scale, should really tune in, because Exo 6 is an exciting new addition to the 6 scale world, and we're delighted to see what they've brought to the table with us today. Following that, the day after, you can see us going full bore on, at the same time, 10 o'clock in the morning on Pacific time, on the Hot Toys Iron Man, Neon Tech Iron Man 4.0. Everybody out there who's heard me talk about Iron Man knows that I'm a big fan of the Mark 50 armor, and that is the foundation for this gorgeous Neon Tech piece. I am also a big fan of the Neon Tech armors in general. I just love it when Hot Toys goes all custom on their armors. It's really a beautiful thing to watch, and this newest rendition is really gorgeous. Obviously meant to replicate Tony Stark's tracksuit. We'll be talking about that in greater detail when the time comes. One more thing I should probably bring up. We are returning to our usual contest of Guess the Reveal later on in the hour. I'll be announcing what time that everybody should start pounding out on their keyboards your best guess as to what we will be revealing on next Tuesday's show at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I don't know. Guy doesn't know. I don't even know if Paul knows. Probably Paul knows. Probably Paul's kind of.
Oh, I know.
He's got secrets.
I know.
He keeps secrets. Yeah.
Literally my one job. To make sure I know these things. So, yeah, I hope I know. Oof.
Yeah. So that's about it so far. We'll have some more announcements for you later on in the show. But I think I've delayed this reveal too long, Guy. Let's go ahead and let you do your thing. Start talking about this trooper, man, because I want to know everything about it.
Let's dive in. Our classic packaging with, of course, our matte and gloss for the black with the foil Star Wars logo. Photo of the figure right there on the front with the cigar band in the outside showing an additional pose of the figure there. One holding the ignited vibro staff there. All
I like the blue
credits. Now this is shoebox style, so let's dive right in.
Is it weird that as soon as you said credits, the closing titles for every Star Wars movie just started going through my head?
You going through your head?
Yeah.
Inside, again, you as a photographer and myself as somebody who loves each additional layer of the unpackaging and all. I really enjoy the additional photography that they do on here, showing a duplicate trooper there. So if you are an army builder, as myself or Terry are, this is what you could have two troopers look like.
Have I told you how many I ordered?
I know it's multiple digits. That's for darn sure.
4.
So now that we've got it out of the box, you are going to have connected to your top tray are going to be your additional hands, as well as the thermal detonator, the grenade, and your electric blast that you're going to attach to the staff.
I'm a big fan of that staff.
You know, I love their weaponry. I like that they're with this design, they're real world, but they're also a little bit toward the animated on that, which is great.
One of the things that I dig most about the staff is that it's clearly designed and functions really well as a deterrent to lightsabers. You can go toe to toe with a Jedi if you're competent enough in wielding them to hold your own against the greatest warriors in the galaxy and their mystical, awesome weaponry. It's really a cool concept. I'm surprised that nobody in the Jedi Order kind of cocked an eyebrow at that, like, hey, why are we developing weapons that will, take us on? That should have been a red flag.
Yeah, it's just a neat idea that they've gone. I mean, we have, obviously the medieval knight swords that are the lightsabers, and then to get into things like, what's kind of bow staffs and things like that is a neat idea to be given. It's taking the original and old world things in the world of Star Wars and adding them in that allows us to connect to them so well.
It's kind of weird that my head is going to that fight in Robin Hood between Robin Hood and Little John, where they're battling each other with staves. That's always fun. That's part of the reason why I enjoyed the advent of Darth Maul so much, is that it brought something to the table apart from your typical laser sword. All of a sudden you had a laser staff, and that was just brought something fresh and more dramatic, and definitely just more visual, a different visual perspective, a different idea for a combat than what we're used to, while at the same time elevating the idea of what a lightsaber duel can look like. But more on that next time we have a figure with an actual lightsaber. Looks like you have everything all laid out in front of us. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Now, when you talked about different aesthetic, definitely this one here, this figure, when we're going to do a little head to toe on this, it's more of an off-white on the armor, which I like. It's a little more of a matte, and this does have a little bit more of that dusty, dirty on there, and definitely a lot of aging, a lot of battle nicks on there, particularly when we take a look up at the helmet and the shoulders. If we do a close-up here on the helmet first up, you do see all these dings, scratches, and such. Again, up here on the shoulder as well. I don't know if we're able to zoom in there and take a little
subtle. The weathering is subtle, but it's the nice thing is that it's not overly done. You'd assume that these guys, being what they are, the role that they serve, wouldn't see a whole lot of action. They're guards. I don't want to diminish them and what their role is. I'm sure they're perfectly competent, but ultimately they're not guys that you send into the heart of combat. These are the soldiers who guard probably the worst of the worst, as we see in the show when they're actually guarding. In the case of season 7 of Clone Wars, they're guarding Darth Maul, and of course in season 5 they're guarding the likes of Ahsoka Tano. So they're there not just to serve as your generic guards, but your elite guards.
Yeah, and when we've seen with that guarding of the Emperor, people like that is that red color, and we've got to see that throughout Clone Wars and now into other elements, that use of the red. There's something. The little 2 red stripes around there remind me of the gym socks I used to have in school as well.
Oh my God, I forgot all about those, and I really was okay with
that double stripe on there. That's just a fun one. I just really think the weathering on this one is a little different than we've seen on our others, on our 501st or our Cody. However, again, that traditional armament and the things that we've had on there. Speaking of things that we are used to and traditional, I know this is one of your favorites.
The L-15. Yeah, man.
Again,
always a big fan of that blaster.
Yeah. They've done just enough weathering on the paint to give it that kind of silvered black gunmetal look, but not quite as glossy as we saw in, say, Han's blaster or some of the others, or in the TKs when they had a much glossier gun. These are much more of a matte and gunmetal body. I am a big fan of this.
That's a DL-15A, by the way.
This is my favorite.
You like their long gun?
I DL-15A? I dig the long gun on there. Now, I have gone and attached, and we'll show that you can remove them on that Vibro staff. These are
That's looking really good.
Soft rubberized material. Okay, now you can put them on either way. I don't know if you can see that I've done the one that way. In fact, perhaps, hey, let's give this a try. Yeah, we could even double that up and really
wicked cool.
Just one in. But as you can see, you can do that one of 2 ways, or you can have it in kind of the unelectrified, in the off position that you have there. Now, we get to our hands. We have our trigger hands, both a right and left trigger hand. A little more gripping hand on both the right and left, definitely for use of the staff. On our right hand, we have an open palm. And I always dig pointing. We got a left pointing. Little left point. With our open, I'm just going to set this on here. We've got our little...
Do you have a thumbs up too?
Yeah, I do not have a thumbs up on this one.
No? Okay. Because I just got a thumbs up.
I dig a thumbs up and I dig a point of it. It's the unique little tiny gestures that I always think of.
Yeah.
You do have your thermal detonator. I find it very hard to say that phrase without doing 3PO's voice.
Why would you want to do it without using 3PO's voice?
And I always did. And then in the hand there is what looks like half a thermal detonator, which is one of those magnetic grenades. All right, so you have all of those. The hands that he's going to come wearing are a more relaxed hand version here. Great for holding said thermal detonator and stuff. I think it's about time that we take a look at articulation. Let's jump into that and do a little head to toe.
Yeah, sure.
And we'll do a bunch of close-ups to
this was actually something that I was really, I don't want to say concerned with, but that concerned me because it concerns what I do most actively when I'm playing with 6 scale figures. And yes, I did say playing, and I do mean it. Even when I'm working with them, I'm playing. But you never really know exactly, because of the nature of the armor that these characters wear, exactly how much range of motion that you're going to be able to get out of them. We've already seen a few offerings from Hot Toys of clone troopers, so we know that they're able to really hit those deep poses and do some really cool things. And it looks like what I'm seeing here, it's no exception.
Exactly. Since we have a close-up on there, there's that damage that I said. We talked about earlier. You were like, the Coruscant Guard doesn't really get a lot of action necessarily. These are more guard, but boy, did this guy definitely go off on a couple of battle missions. I like this the big scratch ding there. There's another famous helmet with a ding right about there.
I have no idea. I have no idea what you mean.
No idea which one we were talking about, huh? There on the pauldrons, you again see some great weathering, but what you can see underneath there is the elastic. This is always helpful for when you do raise those arms up. You can give it a bit of a lift. All right, as not to smack the armor together. Hot Toys is great about telling you their range of motion most of the time in all of their instructions that I read, that Terry keeps for fun. But
I use them for Tinder for my fireplace.
Exactly, you have all that, but they're really good about that. And one of the things they often will tell you about is where you need to be cautious that the armor on figures will collide with one another.
Word.
And that is one to be careful about. Of course, you do have with it being on that elastic, allows me when I turn the arm and open it like that I can move that to the position I want. So of course you do get the turn there. You see we get a little bit more than 90 on the arm. The elbow armament on there does have a plastic strap holding it on. Okay, that's not elastic, but of course it does also have a bit of movement to it. Traditional wrist peg that we are used to there. We take a look, and right there in the middle, we do have a cut. This allows for the patented
Excellent
Terry trunk twist.
Is it patented or trademarked? We have never really established that.
Well, it's patent pending. We're still waiting. I don't know that I put enough postage on that when I mailed it out. But the trademark thing, I was able to draw that on there. I had a little Sharpie and did the little deal there. But that does allow you to get quite a bit of trunk twist, which is nice. As far as the side to side, you do have a little bit of rock back and forth. As you can see, those are not glued together. We talked about that. Then the belt itself is also attached on there. It is not glued in place, so if you did need to adjust or turn it, you are able to. All right. Then we get down to the leg joint. You're going to have that armor is up over the undersuit, again allowing you to move those around when you need it. Down onto the knee pads, again, like we saw up on the elbow, it is a softer rubberized plastic there. It is not an elastic piece. Look at the beat on the shins on that. It really shows up on the red. When we used to see the white, we'll get little dirt and dark dings and this, that, and the other. Maybe a few little black scratches, but this shows a lot. This is some of the most weathering that we've seen. I think it's that red that really shows that off. The how to weather on these is great.
It actually reads as very realistic to me, because when you think about it, the closer you get to the ground, obviously the dirtier and dingier the armor is going to get. You take more blows to your feet and your legs with the environment than you do with any other part of you. So I think that's, I don't know that we've seen that until recently, but it looks really, it reads as natural to me.
That gradient dirt level that you talked about, it does really almost come up, even onto the white, that we are a little brighter up in the helmet area than we are down here. Again, seeing all of that. Next point of articulation is going to be our knees.
Which leads directly to what, Guy?
The knee bone's connected to the... Oh, shoot. I know this one.
It'll come to you. It'll come to you.
Stop trying to make me learn, guys.
Science, man. There's no business here.
All right. And then, of course, our ball joint on our foot, giving us good range of motion. And then we're going to spin this around to show
It's
us,
time for Tread Watch.
boom, traditional clone tread. I like that these
Look at that.
guys, I mean, we see them on multiple planets, on multiple types of planets. And that's just enough traction for these guys to, be on metal floors in a space cruiser, as well as dirt and everything else. These guys do pretty.
You can just see
darn
some
well.
like tracker out in the middle of the wilderness that comes across a volley of like a series of clone footprints, and he's down on his hands and knees and like, traditional clone boots, platoon strength. Yeah,
So there we go. There is our double tread.
can't hide what that is.
And a slight bit more than 90 you see on there again.
Cool, awesome.
As far as
Paul, do we have any questions from our viewing audience so far, based on what we've seen or otherwise?
Yes, we've got quite a
Excellent.
few.
Wow.
okay.
right.
So one of the questions that we had is an interesting thing to point out, I think, to really showcase how incredible Hot Toys is. Mike Fayella says, do you, Guy or Terry, know if there are any variations in clones? Like, if I get a clone and you get a clone, if the weathering is different. If Hot Toys is doing their job, they should all be the same, right?
Yes, that's
so
accurate.
All of the weathering on the clones
Yeah.
should be the same.
How do
So we can
Yeah.
cross that one off the list.
Yeah.
And then the clone collector on YouTube. So I wonder why clone collector's here.
Who'd have
well,
thought?
I don't know. Yeah. That's you might have the wrong show, buddy. I don't.
Yeah. Does what it says on the label, I guess.
JK LOL.
Does the elbow piece restrict any of the movement of
That's a good
the
question.
elbow there, Guy?
All right. Well,
And then while you're there, Guy, Declan Doyle also wants to know, do you need to push the body armor down when you change the pose a little bit? So if you can maybe get into those two questions. I feel like they're cousins. So if you can maybe get into those two, it would be very helpful. Thank you, guys.
all right.
Declan Doyle and the Clone Collector are cousins.
Yeah, maybe their questions are
maybe-
Right on.
related.
Maybe
Let's
they're
make this a
clones.
family thing. Awesome.
Maybe they're clones.
Yeah.
So, first up is we took a look at the elbows. That was one of the questions, as well as the armament in its entirety. These are all individual pieces, and none of them, with the exception of, say, the chest area here, are really like glued on into place. They do stay where they are supposed to. However, you do have a bit of ability to move these around. So when you talked about that, I did happen to put my grenade in here, so we'll see. We're going to take that out there. But when I want to go a little bit more, I can move those out of the way. If you needed to get a little more range, that's what you'll do. Okay, particularly down in the knee and things like that. When you're doing that type thing, you'll be able to. As we said let's just do this arm, for instance. I told you I always lift that up when we go here, but I kind of want to twist the arm here, but I don't want that shoulder pauldron to fly to the back of it, so I can move it.
What you have going on there is something, Guy, is something that I'm kind of inspired for one of the poses, and I think that instead of me posing for the pose, then because he's shown willingness to do this, if not on camera. But I would like to bring in super producer Sam and have him pose with a baseball wind up with a
I was
thermal
going to say,
detonator.
this looks like I've got a baseball wind up here.
It does. It really does. Yeah.
All right.
Thanks for the inspiration.
Well, we'll have super producer Sam
start
step over here.
stretching out, Sam.
And he'll come with that. But again, back to the range of motion hindrance of armor. Let's take a look at that chest. When I turn that to the side, I get a good range of motion because of that cut there. Always do things like this in slow increments. When you're going to feel resistance, perhaps you should hold up, take a look at it.
Yeah.
Again, see if you need to look at it from a different angle. Much like Terry, here's something I'm finding interesting, because I said that the belt is not glued in place. Much like when you've had me kind of turn the legs, if that's showing differently, is when I move this around, because we had that traditional
lightsaber container.
Yep, pod on the back.
It's actually a grenade, but
by having that and moving that around, I can kind of give it a different more
Yes.
look to the extension. I'm kind of cheating that look if I needed it to look further than that twist, but it does have quite a bit of twist there. I could
I
always
would
give
probably
that-
go the opposite. I would probably go the opposite way with it than that, just to give it a look of a gradual rotation, as opposed to going further with the belt than you do with the
Right.
torso with the torso armor. But the idea is the same. It's you can use that to belts are one thing that you can use that with. Also, tabards. If your character has a tabard, you can use that to imply the direction, to exaggerate or to minimize the shift of the torso. It's oh wow, look at that! Is he going to do a sidekick?
Yes, sidekick. Well, he's the wind up and
Here we
the
go.
pitch.
We're up to the PT section of the program,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
Well, if we're doing the pitch there, let's see if we.
Yes, there it is. Uh-huh.
There's the wind up. Wow, is that one heck of a first pose?
Yeah. Nailed it.
This is exactly the pose Terry wanted me to do.
I'm delighted. I'm delighted.
But the reason that we do have the leg extended up like that is to show that armor on there, I can move that out of the way as well and give it a little bit more as far as, like I said, not connected to the undersuit. This is showing how the knee can get that bend if I need to move that slightly out of the way.
Nice. So is that pretty much covered? Is there anything else we need to reveal now that we've unsealed it? Or
Well, I mean, yeah, I
How
think
we
we've
doing?
got everything.
Yeah?
We are ready to go here, sir.
Great. Well, before we dive into the posing, I just want to let you guys know one last time about something that we have going on. Time is running out for all of you out there to submit your additions to your auditions to the fan edition of Strike a Pose. For those not in the know, so yeah, I pretty much am. Yeah, edition of one. Thank God, no one can deal with more than one of me. It's not in the whole wide world. But Strike a Pose, for those who are not aware, is a game show that we do here at Sideshow, in which 3 contestants go head-to-head in a 6-scale posing battle royale. The show is judged by me as the host, and it's a lot of fun. It's something we've been doing now. I think we're in our 4th season. We typically feature people who are either friends of Sideshow or employees of Sideshow, but we've heard the clamor, and we are now opening up the show to fans. We've done it before in the previous season. It worked really, really well. I actually made a couple of friends along the way. So we're going to continue with that tradition. We've already received several submissions, and our producers have already begun to reach out to 1 or 2 people to see if they are going to be able to meet our technical criteria. We're going to be looking for posing ability, obviously, as well as personality. So if you think you have what it takes, then follow the directions there at the bottom of your screen to side.show/pose auditions 21. Give us your best performance, and hopefully you can look forward to hearing from us sometime in the near future. One thing I should probably point out too is that in previous live versions, or not live versions, but in studio versions of Strike a Pose, only the winner of the competition went home with the figure. But if you are chosen to be actually on the show, then you will be guaranteed to get to keep whatever figure it is that we send to you for the show. That's about all I've got to say about it. Hurry up. As I said, time is running out. You have until the end of the week to get your submissions in, so don't dawdle any more than you already have. Without further ado, let's move into today's posing session. Guy, I know you're ready. Is Guy ready? Yeah, he's already done. Never mind. We're done. All right. Well, thanks for tuning into the show, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a swing and a miss.
That's beautiful.
Yes, that's usually what happens. Guy's first pose is a swing and a miss.
No.
But
did Sam help you with that at all?
Sam is always helping me. But no.
Oh, I know. But
he did
no,
not.
That was all you.
He did not step out. But
that's
that's
really good, man.
I have gone to a couple of Major League Baseball games on Star Wars night.
Oh wow!
And I've yet to see anybody wear their armor to throw out the first pitch. But I hope that this impresses them enough that they say, you know what we need to do? We really need to wear armor when we throw out that first pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think that's going to happen.
I want to just tune in here really quick. We do have a question from YouTube. Somebody has asked if I will be doing a how to be a poser video on featuring a clone, and I just have it from super producer Alan. that we will be, in fact, doing a How to Be a Poser episode featuring a clone. No one's telling me what clone it will be. They're gonna go ahead and send me one. No spoilers, but there will be sometime in the future a clone episode of How to Be a Poser. I'm so stoked.
It's okay. We'll edit that out in post.
Not excited at all.
Now, if
Okay.
if you want, Terry, I could always put the pointy finger on there to really do the last.
What?
The pointed left hand there, because he's calling his pitch.
Oh,
which is very different than calling your. Anyway,
I don't follow baseball, so I don't. Most baseball jokes will fly right by me. Sort of like a swing and a miss, as you say.
Fly ball.
Yeah.
All right.
And yet I will always take advantage of any opportunity to drop a baseball metaphor. It's just a thing that I do.
I like that.
Swing and a miss is baseball? I thought it was in reference to signs. Swing away, Merrill. Remember that? No?
No.
All right, Sam, take me off screen. That didn't land.
I like that. Take me off screen.
So
take me off screen.
I think it's time for me to jump up and do my thing, right?
It is. Jump up, Terry,
Okay.
and let's see what we're doing, because apparently it's not going to be baseball.
I think it was it's definitely not baseball. I think it was Mike Fayola that asked, will Terry be putting on the helmet for this posing session? But I will not be putting on a clone trooper helmet, because the one clone trooper helmet I had is no longer with me. My own
I
fault.
thought you were going to tell us
Yeah,
it's in the scary basement with the spiders.
No. But I do have a helmet nearby. There's a Red 5 helmet over there, but I think we won't use that. I've got something else nearby that I'll just grab instead. I am now unplugged, so if you want to talk to me, you're going to have to talk a little loud.
All right. The Terry Unplugged show is another one that we'll be doing here at Sideshow. It's Terry.
I'm very excited for Terry Unplugged.
Well, it's him posing, but acoustic, which really changes it up.
Yeah, it's nice to just see, it just be acoustic and intimate and just a complete, raw version of this show. I think it's
raw
really
version of
needed. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, Paul, while Terry is stepped away, were there any other questions that we needed to jump into before we?
I do. Oh, well, look, we got something happening here, but I do have a question for you, Guy, that you can probably answer really quick.
Yep.
Someone said that the 501st had pretty strong ratcheted hip and leg joints. Does this version also have pretty strong ratcheted hip and leg joints?
Don't know if I can hold it by the microphone here. That yes, we do have those strong ratchet legs in hip and leg,
which allowed us to, no one can see him.
Which allowed us to, which allowed us to do those incredible baseball poses. I'm telling you, I'm driving to the baseball stadium after this and really suggesting this. Mm-hmm. There he is, peeking around the corner, sneaky.
Nice. No one sing any licensed music, please. Hey. I know we're all dying to.
Again, can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yes, go right.
It's a good thing at least I just bumped my head on this light.
That's why we wear helmets.
That's why we wear helmets, sir.
In this house, it pays to wear a helmet, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It really does. Okay, so we've got our blaster, so we're going to have a DL-15.
Okay. Putting our DL-15 in the left hand.
Cool. And I'm just trusting that this is coming along, because I don't have my glasses on under this helmet, so I can't. I'm like Velma from Scooby-Doo. I can't see a thing without my glasses. My hair coming out the bottom of this Mandalorian helmet is totally reminding me of the Armorer.
You do have a bit of the Armorer look. All right, so get...
The Armorer 6-scale figure is still available at Sideshow.com. So feel free to dive in there.
If you would like to look like Terry. All right, so stand up again and give me that little... Are we doing the walk around the corner there?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. I love having him sneak away like this. This is like playing in the house. Okay, you want to go play Star Wars?
So we're gonna.
I feel like you doing this, guy, is essentially telling Terry, like, let's play the quiet game. Go pose somewhere while we work.
All right. You kind of see what we got going on here. Just kind of start.
There you go.
Start by getting the legs in the proper place. So you're going to go a little bit more than shoulder width apart on the leg. Then drop each leg into a slight knee bend.
Okay.
Probably between 10 and 20 degrees.
Okay.
Okay. So once you've got that, then you can kind of look at it from the side here, but then you can take the torso and kind of twist it around about just a slight turn to the left.
Mm-hmm.
And then take the arms and bring, of course, you're going to have the left hand cradling the muzzle of the gun right here up front.
Mm-hmm.
But then you want to kind of raise it up so that the gun is like right next to the head.
Okay.
Okay? And the head's going to be turned even further to the left. You're going to just get that gradual rotation. Like he's peeking around the corner to see who's out there. You don't want the blaster to be coming out too far because you don't want to reveal yourself with the muzzle of your blaster. Got it?
All right.
If you're thinking about doing this at home, you can vary this and actually make it even more extreme. Just start from here and just kind of look at all the different variations you can have of it, and you can even bring the gun up and have him fire it around the corner.
I want to come over, put on helmets, and run around your house like that.
You have a standing invitation, my friend.
Okay, what do we think here?
I think it's hot in that helmet.
Yeah.
I think it's hot in St. Louis. St. Louis right now feels like a Turkish sauna at ground zero of a tactical nuclear strike in the lowest circle of hell.
Whoa.
It's really hot here. Yeah. So
it's not a dry heat.
time to think about it, Paul.
Nice. You gotta
All
jump
right,
into
sneaky
a,
around the corner.
fridge like Indiana.
I can spot hot as hell metaphors all day long, man. It's I've got a lot.
All right, let's take a look. I want you to look straight on as far as how far apart the legs are. Those are a little wider than shoulder. Should they be even further?
No, I think that's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's rotate around. Okay, let's go a little bit more dramatic on the torso twist.
Okay.
I think actually quite a bit more dramatic on the torso twist. And then have him I'm going to stand up here just to demonstrate. But have him kind of leaning forward a little bit too. See, I've just got a little bit of a bend here, like I'm just peeking around.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just having him straight up and down, just have him leaning a little bit forward in addition to that twist. Yeah, now we're getting somewhere. Even better.
Too wide on the... Let's see.
You think the feet are too wide now? Did the feet move?
When I was doing my turn there.
All right.
Turn.
Yeah.
And a bit of a lean. I want to get the lean to be...
I can't wait to get this thing in my house. I've got to just, while you're doing this, I'm just going to go ahead and say that this particular design of the Clone Trooper armor is definitely in my top 5. Of all the different variants of the color flashes all across the different clone armors throughout the years, yeah, definitely right up there. I really have always appreciated the dashes that go around the top of the helmet. It's very, very iconic. Of course, we saw these guys first when this particular armor when they were retrieving Darth Vader from the lava flats just above the lava flows on Mustafar. So yeah, it's iconic, and I'm glad that they were able to bring it back in a different role in the Clone Wars. I kind of like that you did go a little bit wider with the stance than we were originally doing. I'm just trying to imagine doing that on my own. Yeah, you could do that and get away with it and not be too uncomfortable. In fact, that might actually provide a little bit more stability while you're peeking around a corner if you had to jump back.
Sneaky.
Yeah, you would be less likely to fall over and do damage to yourself. That's not something that anybody wants. So yeah, I think that's a really solid first offering. Looks good.
I'll step out. You can see him kind of in his element there.
Can you rotate it around so that he's peeking around the corner at the camera? Yeah, keep that going there. That's pretty good. I like that. Yeah. And a little bit back the other way. Yeah, there you go. Keep going. Nailed it. I like it.
All right.
Yeah. All right. That's cool.
Something tells me I'm already having to get my the staff ready.
Yes, you are.
All right.
I should probably get my staff ready as well. Actually, I bonked my Mando helmet on the thing. I just want to make sure that I didn't scratch it. And wow, this Novos Mando helmet really holds up well. There's not a ding on it. That's cool.
All right.
Yeah.
So while I do this, because I know you and I have talked about this with some of the weaponry and such, that we really want to attach it to the hand first. Do you want him holding this in right or left hand, or is he going to be holding it in both hands?
I really hadn't thought about that.
Well, go grab
I,
a,
uh,
go
I'm
grab
thinking,
a staff.
Staff, like I would. You know what? I'm just gonna go on record
Broomstick,
right now as
something.
saying that I'm not gonna grab a staff because my only staff is the Gandalf staff, and it's back there treacherously close to Gambit's flying cards. And I know how clumsy I am, and I don't really want to do anything for that. So I'm just gonna have to find a worthy substitute. I hope nobody judges me for it. So next time, if we were gonna have to use a staff, I'm just gonna have to grab the staff like before the show.
Okay.
Don't want anything. I don't want anybody to see me crying on a live stream. That just wouldn't do at all. Or well, actually, I think Sam would probably get a kick out of it, maybe. But I knew it. So, thanks, man. Yeah, see, it's always good to have you in my corner. But here's okay. Before we move forward, actually, I want to pass the ball over to Paul. Throw the ball to Paul, so to speak, baseball metaphor, and have him talk. You've got something coming up on Friday, don't you, Paul?
Got it.
Good catch.
We do. Thank you. Yes. There is a what we'll call a micro event if you are a Court of the Dead fan. It is the Day of Nights. We are celebrating the release of the book Rise of the Reaper General from the Court of the Dead line. We've got quite a few interviews to show you with the artist, with the writer, of course, the Tom Gilliland, and we've got some fun stuff planned. So that is pretty much going to be all day. It's going to be some pre-recorded videos that you guys are going to see, some crazy great interviews. Super stoked for that. So that is on Friday. Keep an eye on our blog, sideshow.com/blog, if you would like to find the blog that will explain basically what is happening on Friday. As we always do, we have an event overview blog. So that is going to be on Friday, starts at 9. We're going to have some awesome interviews. If you are a huge Court of the Dead fan, you're definitely not going to want to miss it. And the day may be rewarding, is all I'm saying, if you're watching some of these. So
I don't get
hang out, stay tuned. Well, yeah, there's some incredible interviews. That's rewarding enough, is it not? Yeah, that is called the Day of Nights. It is like this small micro event that we are doing on Friday, again, to celebrate the release of the new Court of the Dead novel, The Rise of the Reaper General. Very excited.
Me too.
Yeah, it looks great. Seeing some of the concept art, being able to see some of these interviews, like you guys are going to be so stoked for it. It's beautiful.
Yeah, cool. How are we looking there, Guy?
Well, I've gone back to neutral.
Good.
Good. In pose, in the pose here. So
That's the natural state. That's a clone. That's a 60 figures natural state. Yeah, that's good to know.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
I just have to. Okay. Before we get started on the second pose, I'm just going to go ahead and say, okay, now is the time. Everybody, start pounding on your keyboards. It is time for guess the reveal. Paul's going to be diligently monitoring all the different social media accounts that he diligently monitors, and he will let me know as soon as one assumes. He'll be letting me know as soon as he has a winner, and we can let you guys know who's going to be going home with a copy of Figure Fantasy. That now famed book by the esteemed artist Daniel Picard, who has taken Hot Toys and Sideshow figures and through the magic of Photoshop has placed them into the real world. It's a really awesome looking book. There's some really sweet photography and compositing going on in there. I've thumbed through it. I've actually seen Daniel while he was working at Sideshow on creating some of these images, and the man is a master of his craft. Surely whoever wins this will be just absolutely thrilled to have it in the collection, and will spend countless minutes, hours, days, even poring over what lies within. So let us know. What do you think is going to? Let us know what do you think is going to be the next figure that we reveal next Tuesday. We're actually looking forward to finding out ourselves. Although Paul, I think he's got some idea. All right, moving on.
I know the exact figure.
Oh my God!
He's so
I would hope
sneaky.
it's not like an idea. It's like, hey, it may be this thing. I was like, no, I hope I know the exact figure. It's my job.
You know that French taunter in Monty Python on the Holy Grail? Yeah. That guy's got nothing on you, man. He's got nothing.
Paul the super tone.
I am here.
Yeah. Okay, so should I put the helmet back on for this one? The answer to that question, producer Alan will tell you the answer to that question is always yes. If you have to ask.
Yep.
Kind of.
Yes.
Right here.
He said yes.
Yeah.
Hoping you have a broomstick or other.
All right. Oh. How well you know me, my friend. Okay. So, here is Anova's Mando helmet. Oh, wait, that's right. I can't do this with
Now with the glasses.
Yeah. All right. This is the way.
With the blast shield down, you can't even see.
There we go. I straight up go for the classic broom in my house. I don't mess around.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn this down here really quick.
I'm
So,
really nervous for all your stuff, Terry.
What?
Don't swing that thing too hard.
Oh no! What are you talking about?
All right. So
I'm not nervous at all.
we are doing this two hands on the staff.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
we have both a
you can
right
do
and left
a lot
grip
of
hand.
different things with a staff sort of weapon in a figure's hands. I mean, you can obviously like have them like lunging and poking, or just doing like a full-on block like this. But I think for our case, and that's because I've done something similar recently with one of the figures that I have in the house. I want to have him like he was just swinging at somebody and just blocked and is getting ready to swing back. So let's go ahead and this is legitimately something that I did with the Lando Calrissian Skiff Guard disguise version. So let's just go ahead and showcase that. If you want to see that video, that's actually just been dropped on Sideshow's YouTube channel as well. So double overhand. Got it?
Oh, it's double overhand.
Double overhand, yeah.
Double overhand.
Okay.
All right.
So we're going to go pretty wide like you did before.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's going to want a firm foundation. And again,
Okay.
we're going to bend down. The back leg is going to be bent slightly more than the front leg. So you're going to shift the weight from the left to the right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Got it.
Okay? And then the weapon, just imagine that he's just swung a block. He's blocked something, and it's way out here. And his helmet is going to be looking over this elbow. Got it?
All right. I'm going to see exactly how far over I'm able to do.
That's an interesting point that you were just bringing up. We actually don't know. And that's something I hadn't considered, to be honest. But that's that we actually don't know if the limitations of the armor are going to allow us to do this. So let's find out. Yeah. Because if not, we can make adjustments. Every 6-scale figure is going to have a predetermined set of limitations applied to it, or by costumes, or the figure body, or whatever. And it just falls to us to make it work insofar as we're able, given the limitations presented to us. Looks like we've got Paul. How are we doing there on the Unsealed and Revealed thing while he's making that move there?
We've got a winner. So
Sweet.
I'll wait for Guy's got it right there, so I'll wait. But yes, we have a winner. I think this was probably the fastest anyone has ever guessed.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Intrigued.
Almost immediately.
See, that usually means that one of two things: either it's really, really obvious, or it's something that some people are really, really anticipating. So, which one is it?
It could be a healthy mix. It could also just be like, let's just throw this random thing out there and see if it sticks.
Okay.
So, I choose the third option, but I'd like to think. But who knows? Maybe there's an art to it.
Yeah.
So, Guy, whenever you're ready, I'm ready to let everyone know.
All right.
So
well, then let me
congratulations
move that to the center. I was working a little bit on our.
That's fine. We can do the finishing touches later, right, Guy? I want to know what this figure is. I'm kind of stoked.
All right.
Oh, congratulations to Matt Schwartz, because next week we will be unsealing and revealing, drum roll, the Snake Eyes scale figure by 3-0, of course, from G.I. Joe.
Oh, that is so cool.
Oh, yes. Look at that artwork.
Awesome piece. Matt Schwartz, congratulations. Email social@sideshow.com. Let us know what you won, where you won it, address and phone number, and we'll send out that Daniel Picard book to you as ASAP as possible, my friend. So that is
Just tell you guys that the very first comic book that I ever bought was a G.I. Joe comic book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, seriously.
That one's
Oh, look at that.
awesome.
It's a
Where
TK.
did that come from?
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's kind of random.
I literally looked away for a second.
You'd be
Was that
amazed
Al?
at the celebrities that show up here.
It's very true.
Yes.
very true. Okay, so let's see what we've got with that pose there, Guy.
All right, we went a little
let's
wider
wrap this thing up.
stance. I
Yeah.
just threw it up on, we didn't talk about all the things he comes with. He does, of course, also have that star base stand. But let's take a look at the arms. Let's talk about how we've got those going. I'm going to hold here. As far as the height, as far as taking the arm over in front of the body, this is about as far as we go. Now I can...
That's fine. That's actually perfect. The way that we fix that is we kind of spread. We're going to need to get the hand spread out a good deal more along the staff, and let's say about twice what I'm seeing there. If I'm not, I don't have a good angle on it right now, but I'm just guessing it probably needs to be about twice that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna kind of
yay?
Yeah, good. That looks if anything maybe a little bit more. Now what we really want is we want the front of that staff to be higher than the back. So what you can do now is you can just work. Yeah, you can work those arms. Yeah, so that the butt of the staff is basically like down by the waist.
Nice.
I'm seeing on YouTube. I think Ryan Willard, has said that his first comic that he ever bought with his own money was a G.I. Joe comic book as well, and he still has it. I don't think I have mine anymore. I actually gave mine to Matt Bischoff, who's an executive at Sideshow and handles all things production related, I believe. Okay, that's looking good, Guy. I like what we're seeing. Yeah. Okay. Can I spin that around now? Yeah, that's really solid. If anything, I would turn that helmet just a little bit more to the left. And let me get a good look at those hands. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. What I would do is take that staff and actually move it so that more of the staff is coming to the front. It looks like there's a little bit more of it that's extending from the bottom, and we want to get more of it to the top. Cool. Yeah, that's good. All right.
Electrified?
Well, yes, definitely electrified. Look at the way that light plays with that effect. Look how much that just glows. I like that a lot. Yeah, definitely don't want to leave that out unless he's just going to be standing there guarding a door. I'm just sitting here holding my broom so it doesn't fall down and land on my dog. All right, so as usual, about this time of the show, Guy, it seems like you like to bring out some comrades in arms for your figures to play with. Do you have anything there? Yeah, bring on some buddies there. We are talking about clones here, so I know we're yeah, there we go. That is the 501st Deluxe Clone Trooper from Hot Toys, featuring the unique paint scheme. For Ahsoka's troopers.
This is such a great deluxe one. I loved having all of the different helmets. We have 3 helmet designs in this one here.
Yeah, I know. It's like you really don't want to stop with just one. If you really want to have the opportunity to display those. I mean, and given the different accessories, you have the backpack, which you also have the jetpack, and then all the different weapons. I mean, the possibilities are very, very numerous. Different variations that you can have with that clone. So, why stop with one? I know people who've bought quite a few of those things.
Oh yeah.
I myself have 4 or 5 of the Sideshow version. I don't have any Hot Toys yet, but that's because everybody else, you all get to have yours before I get to have mine. I think that's only fair.
Exactly.
And then of course Commander Cody, always a fan favorite. Pretty originally a very unique helmet. It's since been replicated in the likes of Commander Fox. So you see other clones out there wearing that. It didn't just stop with the 2 of them. That's a very widely used helmet for clone commanders, with all the really cool gadgets and nernies that come with it. It's I actually have a bust of Commander Cody. I really, really love this guy. He's like my favorite traitor. I know what you did. I know what you did to Obi-Wan, man. I'm looking at you, Cody. Yeah. Look how good they look together.
Spoilers.
Look how good they look together. I remember walking down the halls of Sideshow, and they had one day, this was years ago, and they had actually just created a shelf just full of every single clone trooper that Sideshow had ever used. So if you guys have never seen what it looks like to have one of every variant of clone trooper available from Sideshow, or in this case Hot Toys, on a shelf, then you really are missing out. It's really a thing to behold. It would seem like it might be repetitive, but in reality, those variations in paint are just enough that they create just an awesome display. So for fans of the prequel trilogy, fans of the Clone Wars, fans of the Bad Batch, wow, this is really something to see.
You know,
All
for
right,
something
well-
that is a clone, to have the individuality of them, as we've now seen, of course, in the Bad Batch and some of the others, having that individuality in something that is supposed to just be replicated is really neat. And I'm glad that that continued
Yes.
into the armament as well.
That was a very welcome theme when we saw that not all clones are alike. In fact, they had developed their own personalities and their own the belief systems in some case. Yeah, so very, very cool thing to see. Yeah, thanks for pointing that out, Guy. That's about it for today's episode of Unsealed and Revealed. Thanks everybody, as always, for tuning in. Thanks to everybody over there at Sideshow for pulling it all together and making it all happen. I appreciate you all. It's my great privilege to be here with these two esteemed gentlemen that are my co-hosts for the show. And keep in mind that we do have two more shows coming up this week. Tomorrow, tune back in at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to watch us exclusively unseal and reveal
World
the
premiere.
Exo 6, the world premiere reveal of the Exo 6 Captain Picard 6-scale figure. Followed on Thursday by a similar show in which we will be unsealing and revealing the Hot Toys Neon Tech Iron Man 4.0, absolutely stunning figure. I can't wait to see what Guy and I are able to make happen with that. Furthermore, I've just been informed, then it's just been confirmed for me that there will be 3 shows next week as well. So we've already talked about how we're going to be unsealing and revealing
job
the
security,
Snake Eyes.
people.
That's what I'm talking about, right? 6-scale figure of Snake Eyes from, oh my God, from 3-0. I'm really, really looking forward to this as a long time since 1982 fan of that character. Also, one last thing, don't forget to, by the end of the week to get your submissions in for the Strike Oppose Home Edition, and tune in on Friday as well for all things Court of the Dead. Thanks very much, everyone, and for tuning in, and until next time, don't forget to let your geek side show.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye now.